Previously, on my final fall, I shared the story of how I lost everything: my career, my self confidence, even my closest friends. After my fall, I stood alone in the wreckage of my life, carrying the weight of my failures without anyone by my side. That moment, when everyone I thought I could count on was suddenly absent, made me question everything: who I was, and whether I was worth saving at all. Now let's pick up where we left off. Getting back on my feet wasn't just hard, it was soul crushing. Those first days after my fall were something I wouldn't wish on anyone. Waking up in the morning felt like a victory in itself, even if my chest was heavy with dread before I even opened my eyes. Crawling out of bed, it was as if gravity had doubled, working against me with every move I tried to make. And still, I tried, because deep down I knew one undeniable truth: no one was coming to save me. If someone was going to fight for me, it had to be me. I remember sitting in my tiny apartment with job listings spread out in front of me. Just get one foot in the door, I trained myself to think. Any job could be a first step. But I'll be honest, it wasn't as simple as applying and getting a call back. My professional reputation wasn't spotless. Mistakes from my past haunted me, and moments of carelessness had closed as many doors as they'd opened. The rejections piled up fast and hard, each one pressing down on me like an unseen hand forcing me backwards. For every no, though, I whispered to myself, not the final chapter. Keep going. And then the phone rang. When I saw Adam's name on the screen, I nearly didn't answer. Adam and I hadn't spoken in years, and I'll admit, I wasn't sure if I could face someone who still knew that broken version of me. But Adam never gave up on me, even when others had. And so, with trembling hands, I answered. Right off the bat, he sounded like exactly what I needed: hopeful, grounded, and very, very honest. After catching up, he told me something that changed everything. Listen, Adam said, you're stronger than you're letting yourself believe right now. But we all need help sometimes. There's a development center here in New York that's doing psychosocial support sessions. They've helped a bunch of people rebuild their lives. I think it could help you too. At first, I was hesitant. Psychosocial therapy? Talking about my feelings in a room full of strangers? I wasn't sold on the idea. But Adam wasn't just suggesting an idea in passing. He genuinely believed this could change something for me. And maybe that was the most important part. I trusted him, even if I didn't fully trust myself yet. So with very little to lose, I decided to take that leap. I booked a bus fare, packed up the essentials, and braced myself for what moving to New York could mean. Perched at the edge of possibility, I allowed a sliver of hope to creep in. Leaving my immediate environment, the place where everything fell apart, felt like a chance at a clean slate. In a place where I wasn't surrounded by reminders of my failures, maybe I'd find room to grow. But stepping into the unknown came with its own set of fears. What if the support sessions didn't work? What if the people in New York were just as indifferent to me as everyone back home? And perhaps the scariest question of all, what if I hadn't fully faced the truth about my own role in my collapse? Sitting on that bus, passing unfamiliar highway signs, I felt the tension build. It was as though I was standing at the threshold of two versions of myself: the person who could fight for a better future, and the person who might always carry the weight of the past. Which one would win? My journey to New York wasn't just geographical. It felt emotional and spiritual, like losing sight of my old self in the mirrors I'd left behind. Could this new city really hold the answers I'd been searching for? Would the psychosocial sessions help me discover a part of myself I hadn't been willing to see before? Or maybe was the solution really buried somewhere within, that willingness to try, even when I wasn't sure of the outcome? Whatever lay ahead, I knew one thing: this was my first step. A step toward recovery, toward possibility, toward rediscovering who I could become. So now I ask, what will happen next? How will I adapt to the challenges and lessons of a new environment? And what doors might open when I choose, for the first time in a long while, not to turn back? Find out in the next chapter of My Final Fall.